Welcome to Dog Facts Funny. Before we talk about behavior, before we name signs or meanings, it helps to slow down. Dogs do not live in a world of explanations. They live in sensations, patterns, and quiet decisions that happen beneath the surface. Much of what matters most in a dog's life never announces itself clearly, and trust is one of those things. It does not arrive dramatically. It settles, gradually, after many small moments pass without harm. When people think about a dog feeling safe, they often imagine affection. A wagging tail, a happy greeting, a dog that follows them from room to room. But safety is not excitement, and it is not attachment. A dog can be attached and still alert, affectionate and still prepared to react. Safety is something deeper, something the body decides long before the mind puts words to it. This episode is not about teaching your dog anything. It is about noticing what your dog has already learned about you. Because when a dog truly feels safe, they do not demonstrate it loudly. They reveal it quietly, through a small behavior that often goes unnoticed, even by people who love them deeply. Why safety comes before everything else. For a dog, safety is not an abstract idea. It is the foundation that shapes every experience, every reaction, every choice they make throughout the day. Before play, before curiosity, before affection, a dog's nervous system asks one question. Is this environment predictable enough to relax in? Until that question is answered, nothing else fully settles into place. A dog can be well trained and still live in a state of quiet vigilance. They can follow commands, respond politely, and move through routines while their body remains slightly tense, always prepared for change. This does not mean something is wrong. It simply means safety has not yet replaced readiness. Many dogs live comfortably in this space, especially in environments that feel loving but unpredictable. True safety begins when the need for constant monitoring fades, when muscles soften instead of holding tension, when breathing deepens without effort, when the dog's awareness turns inward rather than outward. This shift is subtle, but when it happens, it leaves a physical trace that can be seen if you know where to look. The small behavior that reveals safety. When a dog feels genuinely safe, they will sometimes turn their back to you or expose their side and remain there without tension. This is not a brief movement or a casual adjustment. It is a position they choose and stay in, even as you move nearby, even as the environment continues around them. For a dog, this position removes important forms of protection. Their eyes can no longer monitor what is behind them. Their teeth are not easily accessible. Their ability to react quickly is reduced. In the animal world, this posture only appears when the brain has already decided that vigilance is unnecessary. When your dog offers you their back or side and allows their body to soften, they are not expressing submission or obedience. They are expressing trust through absence of concern. They are saying, without awareness or intention, that your presence does not require monitoring. That is the language of safety. Why most people overlook this sign. This behavior is easy to miss because it does not seek attention. It does not interrupt. It does not ask for response. It appears in quiet moments, often when nothing else seems to be happening, which makes it invisible in a world trained to notice movement and engagement. Many people associate connection with interaction. We notice when dogs look at us, approach us, or initiate contact. But safety often appears when the dog stops interacting altogether. When they lie near, not on. When they face away rather than toward. When they rest instead of respond. Dogs do not express trust through performance. They express it through rest. That difference explains why this signal is rarely discussed, even though it is one of the most meaningful indicators of emotional security a dog can offer. The nervous system behind the behavior. This behavior only emerges when a dog's nervous system shifts into a state of rest and recovery. In this state, the body no longer prepares for immediate response. The heart rate slows, muscles release tension, and awareness softens. This is not something a dog can be trained to do on command. The nervous system learns safety through repetition, predictable movements, calm voices, respect for boundaries, gentle handling that never surprises or overwhelms. Over time, the dog's body begins to expect that nothing harmful will follow your presence. When your dog turns their back to you and remains relaxed, it is not a conscious message. It is a physiological confirmation. Their body has learned that rest is possible near you, and that lesson is deeper than any behavior they perform intentionally. When this behavior does not mean safety, context matters deeply when interpreting this sign. A dog turning away while remaining stiff, frozen, or holding their breath is not showing safety. The posture may look similar, but the internal state is entirely different. The body tells the real story. True safety always includes softness. Muscles appear loose rather than held. Breathing remains slow and regular. The dog may shift position casually, without urgency or vigilance. There is no sense of withdrawal or avoidance, only quiet presence. This is why observation must be patient. Meaning does not come from the position alone, but from the quality of stillness that accompanies it. Safety never feels rushed, and it never feels brittle. How this behavior develops over time. For many dogs, this behavior does not appear suddenly. It develops gradually, as the dog gathers enough evidence to trust the environment fully. At first, they may lie facing you, watching. Later, they may turn slightly to the side while remaining alert. Over time, alertness fades, and rest takes its place. Dogs who have experienced instability or unpredictability often take longer to reach this stage. Their bodies have learned caution, and caution fades slowly. When they finally offer this posture freely, it reflects a long internal process that required consistency rather than effort. When this behavior appears, it is not accidental. It is the result of many quiet moments where nothing went wrong. In that sense, it is not a reaction, but a conclusion your dog has reached about you. Why dogs choose certain people for this? Some dogs will only rest this way near one specific person. This is not about preference or affection alone. Safety is selective because it is built on patterns the dog can predict with confidence. Dogs notice details humans often overlook. They remember who moves calmly, who respects space, who responds consistently. They track emotional stability more than intention. A person who is kind but unpredictable may feel less safe than someone who is quiet but reliable. This is why safety cannot be demanded or rushed. It grows from being the same person, in the same way, over time. Dogs do not trust words. They trust repetition. Before we close, take a moment to remember the last time your dog rested near you without concern. Not watching, not waiting, simply existing in your presence, body turned away, breath slow and steady. If you have seen that moment, you have already been trusted in a way that words cannot describe. It was not dramatic, and it did not ask to be noticed. But it mattered. If this episode helped you see something familiar in a new way, you are already paying attention to the right things. And if you'd like to continue exploring the quiet language dogs use every day, you're welcome to subscribe. Not for more instructions, but for deeper understanding. Until next time, observe gently. The most important signals are often the quietest.